Welcome back to Jessica's Craft Time. My name's Jessica and today we have a whip and chat. Whip standing for work in progress and chat is just me chatting about life and what's been going on. So I'm working on this one. It is a Diamond Dots, D-O-T-Z, Harry Potter diamond painting. I did Gryffindor. This one is Hufflepuff. I did Gryffindor for hubby and he loved it and he wants all four. So this one is not kitted up. I've just been, and it's not something I normally do. Normally I work in a section at a time, but this one I've been emptying a bag of drills and using them all up. Or in the case of this lighter colour, I've just got my case and I just wrote the number on, where is it? My number on my washi tape. So I've got a few left over. I've got some of the grey left over and I've got some black opened. I obviously got sick of black and started working on a different colour. I do apologise today. There may be some noises in the background. We have got rain here. So it's a nice wintry, wet, cold day, and I also have Mark home from school. Yes, you're meant to be at school, mate. Which he's been home almost all week. It's Thursday today and he's been home Tuesday and Wednesday. He's got a slight sort of cough, but because it's classed as a COVID symptom, he can't go to school. Yes, we have had a COVID test done. Yes, he is negative, but I think tomorrow he'll go back to school because I don't like him missing so much school. We've been trying to do as much as we can at home. There's something on the little black bit of plastic. We've been doing his readers and his words, and today I got a box. What was that, Mark? Readers. And we've also, today I picked up this thing from Kmart that you put a card in it with a picture on it and he's got to spell out the words, so we've done a bit of that.
You have to try and guess.
And plus I've been doing my data entry, so that's been fun. Now I know what it's like to work from home with a child at home. Let's just say not much work's been getting done. But it's been a long week. It's been a long week of disruption of my normal routine. I still haven't managed to get any new videos done. I have really not even done much of this. I've been working on this one for a week now, which normally it wouldn't take me that long to do something. It's fairly large. It is. Has it got the size on it? The design size is 40 centimeters by 50 centimeters, but it's only a partial, so the outside's not dotted, and normally it wouldn't take me that long to do because it all is basically color blocking. Yes, little man?
Nothing, I'm just watching you.
You're just watching me. But I haven't had much of a chance to do much work on it because I've just been buggered by the end of the night.
And you have to work.
Yeah, I have to work, don't I, mate? Hasn't been too fun for you.
No.
No, no. You're meant to be sick, curled up on the couch asleep. No? No. Our weekend, what did we do this weekend? This weekend. So Mark was down at his grandparents, and hubby and I went up to camp for the weekend. Doing some more work on the church. We did a little bit of gardening. The entrance to the car park had been very overgrown. And
Cut that back.
The last time I drove down, because I've only really been up there regularly when there's only been a couple of us up there and there's parking sort of up the top, but I had to go down into the car park the other week because someone was parked up the top, and we've got quite a large car and It was very tight getting down past the bushes, so I got out there and hacked it all back. I'm not much of a gardener. I'm not much at... Yeah, I'm not very good at the whole gardening thing, but give me a pair of clippers or a pruning saw and let me have at it and I'll cut everything right back. I enjoy cutting things back. The downside is we're conscious of rubbish up there because we can't always get bins emptied, and we also have a fireplace up there, which we will be running a winter camp soon, and that fireplace is going to have to run 24/7 because it is cold in the building and it's cold up there. Normally during winter camp it snows. Careful on the back of my chair, mate. So it's cold, so we'll have to keep that going. So instead of being able to sort of chop everything back and just get rid of it, I had to chop it all back, and then I got rid of all the green bits, like all the leaves and stuff went into the bin. But because we've only got so much space in the bin, you have to make sure they're kind of chopped up. They all went in the bin, and then all the bits that could be burnt I had to drag down to another pile to let sit and kind of dry out a bit. Some of it was dead already, but some of it's a little bit green that needs drying out. Once that's dried out, then we'll come down.
It's not too dry.
No, you don't want it too dry. Then we'll come back to that pile and break it all up so it's big enough to go into the fire. So the actual cutting back didn't take long. Yeah, small enough. Sorry, not big enough. Small enough so they go in the fire. So it's a little bit of a process, but we have to just be really conscious of our waste up there. So that's all right. We got that done. We got some more done on the undercoat in the church. At the start of my sessions up there, we had we were putting some top coats on and letting them dry to see what the colors would do and if we liked them. The color I liked, once it went as a top coat, I'm like, yeah, no, that's too dark. Totally agree, it's too dark. The church is not big. If we've got dark colors on the wall, it's going to make it really claustrophobic in there. So it was good we did that, and then I was just doing some touching up and doing some of the edging bits, and then I had to help hubby with doing some of the walls, and I'm like, now I remember why I hate the undercoating on these walls. The top coat is so nice, and that's why there's only a couple of us that are going to be allowed to put the top coat on, because no way we're going through all that hard work of grazing knuckles on the wall and all the hard work of getting that undercoat on. I mean, it would go on a lot easier if you like put so much on your brush, but you're going to go through a lot more paint than is actually required. So it's a lot of hard work. We didn't get as far as I thought we'd be up to, but I'm slowly realizing that nothing up there is ever as quick as you think it is. And we do actually still have quite a lot of the undercoating to do, and it's mainly in fiddly bits like round architraves, round windows. We've got one alcove left to finish, to do an undercoat on, and we haven't touched that yet because that's sort of where all the tools and everything are. But if we can decide on a top coat, we can paint up the top and pull down the scaffolding, which will open the whole area up a lot more, and we won't have to be ducking and climbing through scaffolding to get into areas that we need. So that's kind of exciting. But that was a really long day. Hubby had a work function on the Friday night. We were meant to go up Friday night. Are you cutting slime? Gross. Slime is gross. He had a work function on the Friday night, so he didn't get home till late. And I was just dozing off as he got home, and I had to get up and clean him up because the theme of the party was a kids' party. So he came home with his face painted, with balloon things and jars of lollies, and he said he had a really good time. So, you know, I was just dozing off. He got in, so got up, and he was a little bit happy, a little bit joyful. So got up and talked to him and back to bed. Careful, don't slop that on here because it won't come off.
Oh.
And we tried to head off early, but that wasn't going to happen. And I had a heap of lids to drop off. By the time we did that, then I had to stop at the supermarket, and I wanted just some deli meats, and it took forever. There was one lady behind the counter, and the lady before me wanted like a couple of things from each window. She wanted a couple of things from the meat, a couple of things from the cold cuts, a couple of things from the cheese section, and like queues forming. I'm like, I should be up there working, but that's okay. We got a few hours in. Being winter up there as well, by 4:30 it's really starting to get cold outside. We've lost the light in the church because our church has temporary power at the moment. We've got to run an extension lead from the church into the main building, which we didn't bother doing. We just opened the doors and got as much light as we could that way in. So by 4:30 it was sort of getting to a point that you really couldn't keep going. So that was a big day Saturday, and then Sunday was just as big. We all had a little bit of a sleep in, and we probably didn't get going till about 10, I think it was, by the time we, you know, all got up and had breakfast and everything. But did another few hours until about 4 o'clock. We knocked off. We'd finished the last in the bucket of undercoat that we had, so we didn't have any more undercoat. So it was time to wrap it up, and then we had to go and pick Mark up. So from the camp to my in-laws' house is a 2.5 hour drive. So after working all day, 2.5 hour drive, and then we had dinner with them, and then it's another 45 minutes home. So it was a long day of driving on top of working as well. So we were stuffed Sunday night. Absolutely stuffed. Mark, sweetheart, I don't want that slime near my diamond painting, because if it sits on my diamond painting, it's not going to come off.
Diamond word.
So I just got a text message about the fundraiser that we're doing. I'm so excited for it. I think we're going to set a date. Woohoo! Yeah, so that was a big weekend, and then Mark's been home with me all week. So Monday I picked him up from school, and he sounded like a frog. He was so croaky. So of course Monday night, no, was it Monday? No. Yeah, Monday afternoon I took him to the doctors, and because he had a croaky voice, they wouldn't see us straight away. So we sat in the car. They're like, go and wait in the car. And I didn't expect such a long wait, so we weren't really prepared.
And you called Papa over.
Yeah, so about an hour in, we got a phone call. And they're like, do you want a telehealth visit? A telehealth call? And I'm like, no, I don't want to call over the phone. Like, if I wanted that, I would have stayed at home in the warm and called up. I want to actually see a doctor. And they're like, okay, well, I'll pass it on to one of my colleagues. I'm like, well, that makes me feel great. But then I realized, Mark, don't put that on your water, please. Then I realized that the telehealth are probably not actually in the clinic doing telehealth. So, and then we're sitting, waiting, and it got to like an hour and a half. And I called hubby, Mark, can you please not play with that? Because that plastic crinkling is really loud. I said, can you bring us another jacket up? I got really cold. You know, bring us some supplies up. So he came up, and just before the 2 hour mark, they called us in. We had to go straight into an isolation room, and they're like, he's got some sort of viral infection. Keep him home until his symptoms stop. I'm like, God, this could be weeks. Anyway, he's got the occasional cough. I think he's coughed about 4 times today. So tomorrow he's going to school. We went up, then on Tuesday morning we went up and got the COVID test, and the doctor was actually really good with him. I might just stop that now and do some black, I think. Actually, let's do this yellow. No, we'll do some black. The doctor was really good with him. It's uncomfortable, but he was pretty good and chatted to him, and it's over in a matter of a couple of seconds. But so we're all COVID negative. There's no COVID. But I think it's time for him to go back to school, because I just can't teach him what he needs to be taught. And he's missing his friends as well, so off to school tomorrow. And it's been hard because he's, you know, obviously something's going on in his chest. I don't really want him outside because it's cold outside. Today we went up to the shops for a little bit. I had to go and get some groceries because we were low on our fresh veggies.
And low on bread.
No, we didn't buy any bread.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, we brought some bread roll things to have with our soup.
Oh, yeah.
No, we didn't have any milk. So I got some milk.
And I confused them.
And because Mark's been a really good boy, did you just spill that all on the floor? Can you get a cloth to wipe it up, please?
No, it's on my sock.
We'll go and get a cloth.
And I'm cold.
Okay, well, can you get a cloth to wipe the water off the floor, please? Yeah, so, and he got some Pokemon cards that he'll open with his papa tonight, because he's been such a good boy at home. He's just bored.
Yeah.
And, you know, I'm trying to juggle work and house and looking after him, and I don't know how you guys that work full-time do it. I suppose it's a little bit different when you're at home, because I'm like, oh, well, I might as well put a load of washing on now, but I've got to work, but the washing machine's calling me. That's what I did on Tuesday. So Tuesday morning we woke up, Mark came in for cuddles in bed, and I'm like, it's cold, we've only got to go up and get COVID tested. We're not in any hurry whatsoever to do that, so the results are normally taking less than 24 hours to come back, so let's just stay in bed. And I turned the TV on for him, and I was doing some online shopping, and I've come across a subscription thing that I didn't know Amazon do. So for things like washing powder and hand wash, what did I get? Hand wash, dishwasher cleaner, some of the things you use all the time, nappy sand. I've now put myself on like a subscription that it just gets sent to you every 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 months.
Can you show me what comes in, what holds the nappy sand?
It's out in the laundry, sweetheart.
Why do you need it?
It's a big plastic container that holds it.
Why did you get that for me?
The nappy sand, because your school shirts are white and I have to soak them because you're a boy and you get them filthy. So I did some of that, and I'd actually ordered from a different company to what I normally get my washing powder from. So that showed up, and it said before you start using their washing powder to wash, like to run 40 grams of their washing powder through your washing machine to wash it, the actual machine. Well, I did that. I didn't weigh it, but it said 40 grams is equivalent to 1 cap of their washing powder. I'm like, okay, I think I can do this. Yeah, that was too much in my washing machine with nothing in it, because the suds started coming out of the drawer. It was too much suds.
It was a waterfall.
But I did it. I put the plug in.
Waterfall.
A waterfall of bubbles. I put the plug in to see what was coming out, and there was quite a lot of stuff coming out because I pulled the hose out from behind the sink so I could actually see what was coming out of the machine. So kind of Tuesday on and off, I kept running the machine to clean it out. I'm like, I really should have brought that washing machine cleaner. Well, what do you know? Wednesday morning comes round and my washing machine cleaner gets delivered. I must have brought that when I was looking at it too. So I'm like, surely there can't be that much muck left in the machine after Wednesday, it being run almost all day to, you know, on and off different settings, on hot settings, on drum clean, on different settings to try and get it clean. So I ran the washing machine cleaner through it. Yuck. The water was gross. I'm like, maybe I should do this a little bit more often. Maybe this is something I should, because I always run a drum clean. I've got a front loader, and after I think 40 loads of washing, it comes up with a warning on it saying it's time to run the drum cleaner on it. But that mustn't get into all the hoses. It must be just a drum cleaner. And there must have been stuff built up. So I pulled the front loader has a bit at the front that you pull down and clean all that out. There was a bit of sand in that, which is not surprising. Mark's always in the sand pit and it's always in his clothes.
Not always.
But now I need to make a note in my diary to do this once every like 2 months, just to keep on top of it, because I'd never done it. And I had noticed that some of my loads were getting a bit of a funky smell to them. So maybe it was because my machine was dirty. But they didn't have a subscription for the washing machine cleaner, which I think is silly because it's something that you'd forget about. And you could easily order to come once every, 2 months as it's recommended on the packet to do. But the dishwasher cleaner did. So I ran the dishwasher cleaner through the dishwasher because I used to use it as storage, and hubby's like, you should be using the dishwasher. I'm still not 100% convinced that I should be, but we are. So I thought I better give that a clean because it's been sitting for a very, very long time. I had run a couple of hot washes through it, but whether that was clean or not, because I didn't see the water that came out of that. But the washing machine, I was surprised. There was quite a lot of bits in it, which must have just been stuff that's dried. Did that bounce out then? Dried inside the pipes, but the water was actually like murky brown. I'm like, ugh. It's done something, because there's definitely colour in the water, and the liquid that you put in was blue, so something's come out. It's not blue now. So that's a reminder that if you haven't cleaned your washing machine or your dishwasher, it's probably a good thing to go and do it, because they do need a clean every once in a while. So that was my excitement for Tuesday. Let's clean the washing machine. And Monday was such a bizarre, like, you know how you have those days that you kind of accomplish things, but you don't feel like you've really done anything? Yeah, that was my Monday. I finally met the guy that I'm working for Monday morning, and he went over the next project with me. So I needed 2 monitors for the computer, which we had the second one, but it wasn't set up. And I'm just like, that's too hard basket for me. I could possibly do it if I had a tried. I could have if I had have actually looked at it, but I'm like, no, that's hubby. He can come home and set it up. So Monday, I just did random stuff like washing and playing with you. Then we spent 2 hours at the doctor Monday night. But I did random things like I went into the bathroom cupboard to look for something and ended up cleaning out my bathroom cupboards. And there was stuff in there that has been in there for so long. I'm like, why am I holding on to it in case I use it? So I just turfed it all. I'm like, it's time for a clean up. Why am I holding on to this? There's an eyeshadow in there that I've obviously used, but I don't generally wear makeup now. And I do occasionally, mate. It was sitting in there, and I'd obviously dropped it at one point and it had broken. So the powder was still in there, but it was in all pieces. I'm like, why am I holding on to this? I've got so many other eyeshadows. Let's just turf it. So it felt really good to actually clean out the cupboards. So I did random things like that. Random, like I cleaned up here and I cleaned up there and I put this away and then my day was gone. Okay, there's a bit of black here. So it looks like, okay, so I've done half. I'm at my halfway. I've done every, oh, I haven't done here, which is the ABs. So they're going to go around here and up the top. So I haven't cracked them open yet.
Cracked what open?
A different colour. So we might do the black in here and then come back and do that yellow, because then we're about even on both sides. I just didn't kit this up because it's only got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 colours. So I just couldn't be bothered actually kitting up per se. I probably need to, Mark, have you got those scissors you were using? That you were using to cut your slime? Can I have them, please? I think I might cut my plastic back. It's kind of in my way now. And I don't need it. I normally work with release paper, but I didn't even grab my release paper for this. I've literally just been folding it. Oh no, I can only cut it back to there because that's still got to be covered. That's all right. We'll trim some of this off. I need to go and find my cover minders is what I need to do. Because I normally work with release paper, I don't normally have plastic that gets in my way. I normally cut it off. So I hope you're all well. Welcome to any new subscribers on the page. If you've got any suggestions of what you'd like to see or videos you'd like to be done, pop them down in the comments. I do have some, what's it called? The alcohol ink to play with that I haven't done yet. I haven't touched my miniature room for so long. I need to get out and finish that. I think it's just because the instructions are just not as clear as others. I just have no, I don't know, I've just come to a stop. I've got no intent, no desire to go and do it because I really have to concentrate. And I'm not, my crafts I do for enjoyment. I don't do them because I necessarily want to sit and concentrate for ages. I think I'm still a couple of weeks behind on my sal, my peppermint purple sal. I know I'm at least 1.5 weeks. I think I got halfway through the last one. I took that away for me for the weekend and I did a little bit on it, but not much because we were just really sitting and talking, and when we were cleaning or working, so I didn't really have any time to sit and relax and do it.
What is there a rock in there?
You found some Lego, mate.
There's
this weekend, I'm not sure. We were going to hold a garage sale this weekend, but I think it'll just be Russian school for Mark. Oh, no, that's what's happening this weekend. It's hubby's grandmother's birthday. It's Bubba Sawyer's birthday, sweetheart. And no, on Sunday. And we're going back to kicking in. We're going back. We're going to get that mixed bag of seafood again. We're going to get messy. We're going to get food everywhere. And it's going to be amazing. I can't wait. I'm so excited. I'm like, because we're not booked in till 1:30 because I had something to do in the morning. And it's a 45-minute drive from their place to here. So I'm like, oh, do I get up and have something little for breakfast to kick my metabolism over, and then I'll be really hungry? No, you need to have some food, mate, because you won't eat much at the restaurant.
What about banana?
You could have a banana. We brought some bananas today.
Yay!
I'm just like, I'm going in there hungry. Don't you cut that. Don't. I'm going in there hungry and I'm going to leave satisfied. And if anyone's hungry for dinner that night, they can have noodles because I'm not cooking anything. Noodles or pilmeni. I'm not cooking anything Sunday night for dinner. We were so satisfied, so chock-a-block full that all I wanted to do last time we went was come home and sleep. And I'm so looking forward to that feeling again. And the fact it's all just fresh seafood. Like, you're not filling up on breads. It's all just seafood and it just fills you up so amazing. I'm looking forward to it so much. I can't wait. So as much as it's her birthday, yeah, I'm going to have a lot of fun having breakfast.
Put these wheels on so it's like a submarine.
You want wheels on the roof?
Yeah, because I want to make a submarine.
Okay, well, you have to build this section up so that they can sit on it. You need to find something to build it up. So yeah, that's been my week. I'm hoping Mark will be off at school tomorrow. But I'm not going to get any more work done tomorrow because tomorrow is my cleaning day. So, or I just skip doing cleaning this week. Maybe I'll just give the floor a really quick vacuum over the areas I can easily reach, instead of doing the full vacuum and mop and just clean the bathrooms. We weren't home all weekend, so our sheets are not too bad. They got a few less nights slept in them. Yeah, I think that might be the go for tomorrow. Try and get some work done. And hopefully I'll get some videos done soon. I'm just not sure when. But we might wrap that up there. I did get a fair bit more done on it. Let me pull you out and let's see if I can zoom you out a bit. You can see all my mess either side of me. And the computer cords, because the computer's right there. So that's what we're working on. That's what. We've got 2 more after this. So yeah, I've done Gryffindor. And hubby's loving them. He wants to mount them. I think I'm going to, and I think it'll work better because they're partial. So I might block mount them, but I'll bring the board in closer so we'll mount around the side and use the black on this to mount. So I think, yeah, I'll block mount these, and then he wants to stick them on the roof out in his little man cave. So I'm looking forward to that. We do have to get up in the roof this weekend. I managed to get some mouse baits, and I got just the packets that you chuck, which is easy. We don't actually have to get up into the roof cavity. We can just stand on a ladder and chuck them in, and hopefully we won't have mice in our roof for much longer. But that's the end of this. Diamond dots, you can get these in a lot of craft shops, but I got mine from Shoalhaven Sparklies. I'll link it below. She's my go-to site in Australia to buy a lot of my diamond paintings from. Have a great weekend, and we'll see you all in the next one. Bye for now.